Alright, for this one, to solve an equation by taking a square root, these are actually the easiest quadratics to solve. This one's a little tricky because it's going to involve a fraction, but overall it's going to be okay. So, first thing we want to do is we're trying to solve this just like it's a linear equation. So imagine this was 9 plus 36x, and I can do it this way because there's only one quadratic term and there's no linear terms. So I'm going to subtract this 9 first. So minus 9, and we get 36x squared equals 9. Divide now by this 36. Again, subtraction or addition, get rid of the addition and subtraction, and then get rid of any multiplication or division. So 36x, x squared equals 9 over 36 reduces to just 1/4. So now I take the square root of both sides to get rid of the x squared, and that's the whole solving by taking square roots part. So when I take the square root of that, remember that the square root of a fraction is just, and that's supposed to be an arrow, not a smiley face, is just the square root of 1 over the square root of 4. And since I'm taking the square root in the equation, I actually want the positive and negative square root. So our answer for this is going to be x equals plus or minus 1 over, because the square root of 1 is 1, and the square root of 4 is 2. And that's our final answer. I am in the same video going to scroll down here, and, well, for you guys, you don't have to scroll. I'm going to solve this equation by completing the square. And to solve by completing the square, we are trying to write the equation so that you have x squared plus bx equals c, and we want to find that new c value that's going to make it a perfect square so we can factor it. And the trick for that is that we take the b value, or our new c value, is going to equal the b value divided by 2 squared. And there's another trick that we can use from this that'll make it easier as well. So I'm going to actually add the 16m to both sides and get m squared plus 16m plus 60 equals 0. Get rid of that 60 by subtracting that. So we get m squared plus 16m equals negative 60. From here, what we want to do is find that new c value. So I'm going to take my b, which is 16. Remember, coefficients go a, b, c from standard form. So up in this top equation right here, we have a is 1, b is 16, and c is a positive 60. So my new c value is going to be 16 divided by 2 squared, or 8 squared, which is 64. So I'm going to add that to both sides. So we have m squared plus 16m. And make sure you add that to both sides. As a common mistake is you only add it to one side. And that will be a key indicator if you get a fraction that you may have messed up, now that you can't get fractions as answers. Alright. Now, I've ran out of space on what I can work with. So I'm going to actually come over here and start working. So we have m squared plus 16m plus 64 equals 4. Now I told you guys we'd have another trick for using that c equals b divided by 2. And that trick is that this equation right here is going to factor to m plus whatever we had when we took b divided by 2. So I don't have to worry about factoring this up top. I already know that's going to be m plus 8 squared. and that is because the 16 value, the b value, divided by 2 is 8. So this always works out every time if we completed the square right. So now I'm going to solve it by taking a square. So I'm going to take the square root of everything. Remember that if you take the square root, it has to be positive and the negative square root. So it's positive or negative 4. So we get m plus 8 equals negative 2. Subtract 8. And we get m equals negative 2 minus 8 is negative 10, and negative 2 or positive 2 minus 8 is negative 6. And that is our final answer.